Hey, welcome to the second video of Learn Android Core series. So in this video we will start with the basics of Dart. For those who don't know what is Dart, Dart is the official programming language that Flutter framework uses. So I just want you all to follow me and try the things which I will do here. First of all, we want an ID so that we can write our Dart program. For now, to keep it simple, I will be using Dartpad to write our all of Dart code. So open your browser and just type dartpad.dev. Don't worry, I will drop a link in the description also. Entry point. Every application has some points in the program that serves as an entry point to the application. When an application runs, it starts from the specified entry point. Now talking about the Dart, the entry point is the main function. You might be unfamiliar with what a function is at this point. That's okay. For now, just remember that when you run a Dart program, the compiler looks for the main function and executes the code written in the function. And in case if main function is not found, you will get an error and your application won't run. The keyword main is followed by a set of parentheses, which is followed by a opening curly brackets. Here we can write our code, and when we are done, we will insert a closing curly bracket in the end. So let's try to print something. On line 3 of the program, we are using print statement, which prints the text code with Gory. Print function is used to display the output of the code on the console, and it follows this syntax. In Dart, just as in most other programming language, each statement needs to end with the semicolon for the program to execute successfully. Let's try removing the semicolon in the code and see what happens. So now we can see that it is showing error. So keep in mind, we have to terminate each and every statement with a semicolon. We can also write a method like this, void main. Void basically specifies that the function will not return anything. So you can see we just successfully finished our first Dart program. So now let's discuss what comments are. So sometimes when you just want to give out some hints, just want to talk about it, it's actually something when you don't want the compiler or a program to read our code. So that is something that we call is comment. So we have two types of comments. Let me show you the basic one. So first we are talking about single line comments. So type double slash. So if we will put something after this, is going to be ignored by the compiler. Similarly, we can also use multi-line comments like this. These comments are quite useful if you are creating huge projects which you will in future. So now let me brief you about objects. Objects are all around us, from the food we eat to the pet we own. Everything is an object. Every object has characteristics and behaviors. For instance, a person has characteristics such as name, age, height, gender, and a person also can perform a behavior such as walking, eating, sleeping, dancing. And these characteristics and behavior combine and define who the person is. In the same way, everything in a Dart is an object, and the identity of an object is known as property. Also, they can perform behaviors known as methods. Properties represent what the object knows, and method represent what the object can do. Now let's discuss what are variables. Variables are used for storing information which can then be used by a computer program. Now let's look at this concept from a very different angle. Imagine you are cooking food. You need spices, pulses, vegetable and many different ingredients to cook a food. Now to better organize the ingredients, you decide to group similar items together and store them into the boxes. This would allow you to better access to each item depending on which item you need and when you need it. You have one box with pulses, another with spices, and another with different item. However, there is still a problem. Now you have multiple types of spices and pulses. You have to through the right type of box to get the required item. Now you decide to further divide each box into sub boxes. multiple boxes can be stored the same type of item such as red chili, turmeric and so on. But each is still unique. There are now 4 boxes for 4 spices, one with red chili powder, one with black pepper, one with chaat masala, one with turmeric. When you are done dividing all the material into separate boxes, you end up with the abundance of boxes and can't seem to find what you are looking for. So finally, you decide to label each box with a unique name to make each one easier to identify. You have now organized way to store your material and access it whenever you want. Now let's talk about declaring variables in Dart. Each language has a general set of grammar rules for how words and sentences should be structured. These rules are collectively known as language syntax. In computer programming, syntax serves the same purpose. We start mentioning the type of data our variable will hold, such as integer, string, and so on. Then comes the unique variable name, which is followed by an equal sign, and then initial value. Don't forget the semicolon at the end. Now you can see in the code we are declaring a variable with the name first name, which can store data of type string, and we will assign an initial value of Gaurav. Okay, similarly we can store integer like this, int age equals 21 and semicolon. Now let's see how we can print these values. Okay, so the basic syntax that we learned earlier for using the print statement is as follows. So what we will do, print first name semicolon and then print age. In the code we simply pass the name of variable, that print statement, and then return the value assigned to the variable. Gaurav is displayed, and similarly we did it for our age. We will pass age variable to print statement, and now we can see it is showing output as Gaurav 21. Okay, now we know how to declare and print variables. Let's move on to some basics of data type. What are data types? The data types of an item or a variable is an attribute that tells us what kind of data the variable can have. This is quite similar to when we specified which types of ingredient can we store in which boxes. Let's talk about built-in data types in Dart. So here we have numbers which are subdivided into integer and double, strings, booleans, list, sets, maps. Also note that here we don't have anything like long and float. Okay. So for now, we will only focus on these data types. Don't worry, we will discuss others in our future videos. Also note that everything in a Dart is an object. So the variable which are uninitialized have an initial value of null. So let's understand with an example. We are creating a variable non-initialized without initializing it. When we try to print the value of non-initialized, you can see we will get a null value. I know many of you guys known to these concepts very well, but as I said before that this series will be from the basics. So guys, that's all for today's video. In the next video we will study about different data types, operators and concepts of looping. So guys, stay tuned and thanks for the support, and please like, comment and subscribe my channel. I will see you in the next video.